What is going on, everybody? It is episode 427 of Pop Culture Crisis. My name is Brett, and I am here with the birthday girl. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Crisis Actors. It's Mary. Right now, we are about halfway through my birthday month, which is going to continue, thank you very much, until September. So I hope you're happy, Brett.
That's blasphemy.
I just want to make it clear, I didn't consent to being the thumbnail today. I walked in.
She did not.
And Brett just imposed this on me.
I did. Okay.
And it's not fair because when Brett's birthday happened, we were out of town.
Yeah, it was. And it was a Sunday, anyways, so it wouldn't.
It was like during July 4th.
Yeah, and well, yeah, I'm not gonna put myself on the thumbnail.
He didn't have to go through this. It's like we're at a Red Robin or a Chili's or something, and you just told all the wait staff that it's my birthday so they can come out and do a sorority chant.
Oh yeah, I was doing this to embarrass you. That was the whole point. It's adorable. It's watching you. Oh, there's a $20 super chat there from Superpowers.
He said happy birthday. Keep it simple. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mary. How you feeling?
I feel awful. I've hit the wall.
The wall remains undefeated. 23.
I just head first collided with the wall. And
you are like high value men everywhere.
You're gonna have to hose me off the walls. It's over. It's over, guys.
The high value men are just running in every direction.
I'm never gonna get Andrew Tate to date me now.
What are you gonna do? And
Leonardo DiCaprio is never gonna give me a chance.
He's like, because Leo's gonna have to spend at least a couple years with whoever he's with now, and by the time that happens, you won't be eligible.
I'm screwed, aren't I?
It's a rough life.
It's so over, y'all.
It's so hard to be a young, pretty girl in America. How do they do it? I don't know how any
it must
of them
be
do it.
so hard. It's so hard to be a 23-year-old attractive white girl instead of a 22-year-old.
Gotta be so difficult.
One from Shane H. Wilder. He said, happy birthday, Mary. Here's $23 just for you. Go buy some of that fashion and death you're always thinking about.
Is that what you're going to do with your money?
Thanks. Well, look, okay, guys, if you actually want to send me money, I'm being so serious right now. My Venmo is Mary Archive. I'm shouting it out like it's a social media platform. That is my Venmo. And if you wish to actually send me money instead of send money to the show.
The show keeps us on air. The stuff to the show keeps us on air.
Both are greatly appreciated. I'll say that. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yes. We
also got another one from Clint. He said, howdy people, happy birthday, Mary. Wish I could treat you to a Mexican dinner to have you celebrated correctly.
Is that what you wish you could have tonight?
Mexican? I don't know. I'm not really in the mood. I went to the most whack Mexican restaurant last week, and it's kind of put me off.
Plus, I got you some sushi for...
Yeah, you got me sushi, and I also have a gift from you. I don't know when I should open that. I was just decided it would be better to open it on the show.
If you want to, it's nothing huge, but I did get you something for your birthday. Mary got me a heater for my birthday, a space heater for my birthday.
I also made you brownies.
And she made and she made me brownies, and those lasted for a while. That was really, really good.
Okay. Oh, I love this.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Thank you. I forget the name of this one.
I was looking for a shirt to match.
I like it.
It's party time.
The shirt, I figured you needed some color.
Okay, let me show the audience. Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. I forget which character this is. I forget her name, but I like it.
It's right up your alley, I figured.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
That and the sushi. I was going to put the sushi in the bag, but then I would have had to leave the bag in the fridge. Wouldn't have worked.
No. Don't want to refrigerate my t-shirt.
We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. Not just Mary's birthday, but Oliver Anthony has made it huge in just a couple of days. He has what is being called the Populist anthem right now. It's called Rich Men Outside of Richmond, north of Richmond, excuse me. There's a lot of people having interesting discussions about what this song means to them, what this song means to the culture, politics, the culture war at large. We're going to get into all of that. I have some parts of the song that bring out the giggles in me, other parts that I found that I liked quite a bit. But we'll talk. I think it's more interesting to talk about what it means culturally, because people seem to have a lot of different takes on this. We are also going to talk about Rachel Zegler, who is apparently on a mission to become the least liked person in all of Hollywood today. She is officially the new Brie Larson. We're going to cover a couple of these clips in which she calls the prince a stalker.
How do the clips keep coming out? Because all of this came out last year.
Oh yeah.
From D23, and nobody uncovered it until now.
Well, now they're starved for news because there's no, it's a writers and a director. Oh, I guess no. Her clips outside the picket lines probably reignited this.
I guess even if she were to defend herself about these comments that she made last year, now she would be breaking the picket line.
Yeah,
she can't even correct her statements where she's shitting on Snow White.
Exactly. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about my future wife, Tiffany Gomez. No, I'm kidding. It's she is in the news because if you don't know, she is the crazy lady on the airplane. Her words, not mine. She has come out. She has released a statement, and she is going on what appears to be a very smart, well-coordinated media push for a new cause that she's championing, on top of the fact that she launched a YouTube, she opened a Twitter, her Instagram is my favorite. It's the most just awesome normie Instagram you've ever seen in your entire life. But she released a statement in which she apologized for her actions on the plane.
And we're like, what are you apologizing for?
She had nothing to apologize for. There's reptiles, there's reptilians everywhere. She was just alerting us to it. I don't think she should have apologized, but it's wholesome. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about sororities. Sororities are big in the news right now because they're doing a bunch of very, very well-coordinated dance numbers, and it's got people talking, does it not?
Yeah, it's offending some people who are easy to offend. We got one from Crispy Transport LLC. He said, "Happy birthday. Are you older or younger than drinking age?" I am older than drinking age. I'm 23.
Yep, she's approaching not Leo age anymore.
I reached our drinking age in Europe, so I was drinking before 21.
The funny thing is, have you ever seen that the Content Machine, the Instagram channel? Those guys, they collaborated recently with
I think so.
With Ryan Long, and they have this one video. It's like, true life, I'm a Leo-sexual. I'm only attracted to women from the ages of 21 to 25.
Oh, I thought it meant you're only attracted to Leos.
No, he's like
sign.
He's like we have a rule here. If you can't buy a beer, get out of here. If you're old enough to be on your own insurance, I don't remember what this is. So it's basically, it cuts off right at 26.
When you don't get an upcharge for renting a car anymore.
Exactly. So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. It's Mary's birthday, and to celebrate that, I just saw this, ladies and gentlemen, from Carnell on Twitter. He sent me this earlier. Let me see if I can put it up on screen. Says, all crisis actors, let's celebrate PCC's very own Mary Morgan and her bass takes. Those are some very nice boots there.
I've reposted this one before, but I didn't see the other edits. Oh, I love it. I really need these boots, by the way. Okay, look.
Read the first super chat. The first super chat mentions this.
The first super chat from Ian R says, "Happy birthday. How many crisis parties for Mary to get and wear the big red boots?"
How many? 20.
Well, look, I mean, if you send me $60 to buy the fakes, then
that is a good Photoshop right there.
I'll buy them and wear them. You don't even need to give us a crisis party.
I say 20 crisis parties.
20 crisis parties is a lot. Yeah. I don't know.
I like the Photoshop works on. That's good.
You said you were almost going to get me the boots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well I found
the shipping is too
it's all
long.
from China because it's all from China.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have gotten here in time.
But I'll happily get the fakes if one of you sends me $60 to my Venmo, Mary Archived. I will buy them.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get started then, shall we? Let's just get right into it. Are you ready?
Let's get into
it, birthday girl. All right. So first big news at the box office. Yes. Barbie, $33.7 million. It's got the legs of a supermodel.
Yes.
Holy crap. $33.7 million, bringing it to $1.18 million overseas.
Ben Shapiro, eat your heart out.
$1.18 billion total at the box office, making Greta Gerwig the highest earning female director in all of human history.
Who's the highest earning director, period?
I think James Cameron.
Could she ever beat him?
No, you have to have a lot more. I mean, not on just this movie. Not on just this movie. I think it's James Cameron. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong there. Also, by the way, guys, Sound of Freedom is now officially out-earning Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery at the box office. Yeah, somebody else said that. At the box office, it pulled in $4.8 million this weekend. Dial of Destiny only brought in $900,000, now bringing their totals to $172.8 million for Sound of Freedom, $172.6 million for Dial of Destiny.
This is from John Nolte, who we love.
We love John Nolte here. I want him on the podcast.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Kathleen Kennedy must be fired. Crystals suck.
I love how he doesn't even try to make it rhyme. I like how he doesn't even try to give it any type of like rhyme scheme. So, yeah, Sound of Freedom, and it's getting overseas.
Dial of fire that affirmative action hire already.
What a dick! I love it. I love it.
I'm obsessed.
All right, so just a heads up. The news is good for Sound of Freedom. It's not so good for Indiana Jones. Also, Mary, did you know that the algorithms are now so complex that your Netflix now knows if you're gay or not?
Yeah, they're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Yep. Ellie House, it says this woman says Netflix knew she was bisexual before she did. So the algorithm figured it out. It says she was in her second year of university and watching a lot of Netflix when she noticed something odd about her recommends. The student found herself getting more and more recommendations for stories with lesbian storylines or bisexual characters. This wouldn't have...
that's not a sign that you're bisexual. It's a sign that Hollywood is gay.
Well, I mean, the idea is that those stories seem to resonate with her. So
trust me, I feel like I'm getting forced to watch gay stuff on Netflix all the time, and I'm not gay.
Yeah.
So it's not just you.
Well,
it's everyone.
She seems to think that it was indicative of
She's like,
knowing ahead
watching
of time.
the third episode of The Last of Us made me come out as gay.
What if the L Word is on Netflix? I don't think it is. Because I know obviously HBO Max has The Last of Us, so it wouldn't have been that particular algorithm that figured it out for. There's a $20 one there from Castaway.
He said, I had no idea I was older than you. Happy birthday. Welcome to the Too Old for Leo Girls Club. Also, the plushie's name is Kuromi. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. You jogged my memory. Yeah. Well, it's lonely at the top.
Somebody say Brett should cancel his subscription. My subscription to what?
To Netflix?
To Netflix?
Do you have Netflix?
Yes. Oh yeah, I have almost all of them.
Stop
still.
giving money to people
that
who
hate
you. Brett.
Yeah.
When there are so many free options available on alternative websites like Tubi.
Exactly. That's what you're referring to. Tubi. All right, we have to watch this video. Andrew Jacobs sent this to me earlier. This is amazing. Let's watch this. This is peak Hollywood entertainment here from McDonald's, and it just says, "I made a movie."
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
ご注文はお決まりですか?
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Royal with cheese.
We'll probably get copyrighted on this music.
Probably, yeah.
I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time.
Quiero más flurry.
In Puerto Rico, a McFlurry, it's called a Señor Flurry.
How many Filet-O-Fishes did you eat? That's over several months, Ryan.
2 golden menus.
And last but not least, the wonderful crew at McDonald's.
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
They're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's.
Are you gonna order something? Or
I love that it lists all the movies
Why does
and
it
television
low-key
shows.
like make me feel nostalgic?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It says
It's good marketing.
My favorite here is it says your level of creativity is unmatched. Going to McDonald's for my birthday is the top comment, and then it says this means I'm invited to the party, right? Like McDonald's just down here like being extra in the comments says amazing movie. This means so much. Thank
Brett,
you.
you're falling for the marketing scheme where they hire some millennial to run the
Bro, I
Twitter
don't care.
account
I'm going
like
to go to
Wendy's
McDonald's
did.
anyways. I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger anyways.
That's what they want you to think.
It's
Predictive programming.
well, fine. That's fine. Unlike you guys, I'm willing to be just pulled back into the Matrix. I'm fine. You guys all want to be culture warriors and you want to be out here fighting against the system. Just plug me in and let me tune out. I'm fine with it. It's completely okay. Also, guys, Paris Hilton has decided that right now would be a great time to be seen frolicking on the beaches of Maui while wildfires rage behind her. I'm kidding.
I don't blame her for this. I mean, what is she supposed to do?
Yep.
What is Paris Hilton supposed to do?
Not frolic on the beach in Maui? Who could do such a... I have no idea. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I just thought it was funny because the headline makes it seem like it's in bad taste.
Right. Well, I mean, they probably would be demanding for her to donate funds to the wildfires.
Yeah. At least she's not doing that. At least she's not like frolicking
just like
on the
Gwyneth
beach.
Paltrow, she is shamelessly out of touch.
I like the idea that
she's supposed to be.
She's like frolicking on the beach, but holding up a sign that says, please donate.
Of course, they have to say frolicking. Like, I don't see any frolicking here. I don't see any evidence of frolicking.
There's no frolicking in sight?
No frolicking in sight.
Here she is swimming.
And I mean, she's just doing what Paris Hilton does.
She's living her best life.
Living her best life, etc. Her husband does look kind of beta, though.
Think so?
In that picture. Scroll down.
Okay.
Let me know if
Is
you
that
guys
him?
agree. Yeah, that's her husband. I don't know. He's not really giving.
She wears the pants in that relationship, that is for sure.
Right, yeah. She's looking like a boss babe.
What does he do for a
on
living?
a business call, and he's just carrying her stuff for her.
I would love to hold your bags, Paris.
Is she holding her own book? It says Paris on it.
She totally is.
She's holding her own memoir. Amazing.
Wait, so what does he do for a living?
I have no idea.
I wonder what he does for a living.
I haven't really done a deep dive on Paris Hilton's husband.
There they look kind of happy.
I guess it says he's a venture capitalist.
Oh, he's got
fitting.
money. He's got money then.
Yeah.
All right.
Her sister's married to a Rothschild.
Funny how that happens. Money gets money.
Are any of the Trumps married with the
I have
Rothschilds?
no idea.
Okay, never mind.
I was just I was like Lara. Like the only one I remember is Lara, just because I'm always like, which one is that? But she's by marriage, not one of his kids, right?
Okay.
All right, and you've got some stuff from Grimes here. What's going on with Grimes?
Okay, this weekend, I think Grimes, we were all thinking it, but she's the gal who says it. She said, I enjoy mansplaining. It's my love language. I will gladly be talked at with pure facts for hours. A friend once told me she sees it like being an illiterate medieval king having books summarized for her by scribes and whatnot.
Does this make her like the I'm not like most girls of...
I think this is why she liked Elon and why I think that they are actually a perfect match and can't admit it to themselves.
Maybe they end up together at the end. Maybe at the end of all of this... Okay, maybe this is what happens. Zuck like hits the winning blow and knocks him out, and it's Grimes who picks him up from the ashes and helps him carry on. I could see that.
And then someone said, that's not mansplaining, though. The hallmark of mansplaining is not only that it's patronizing and condescending, but also overconfident and often wrong. Grimes says she feels like she rarely comes across this behavior.
Well,
I agree. I don't think I can point to any example where a man has actually mansplained something to me in a condescending way.
Mary would know. I mansplain to her all the time here off air. I'm constantly mansplaining. That's what I do. It's what I do best. Also, she did. What was this other one you sent me?
Yeah, people just started posting clips of her saying the craze. She's like graduated from IB Saying Anything University. Here's her take on hot dogs.
Here we go.
I love hot dogs because they don't kill cows for hot dogs. So it's like you can eat hot dogs without guilt if you need meat, but you still have vegan tendencies, or you want to try to like avoid creating demand for stuff. Because it's just all the waste, it's all the extra products.
Doesn't this make sense?
I'm a huge proponent of hot dogs, actually, and it is the best tasting meat as well. So it's basically a win-win.
She needs to work a collaboration with the Sam's Club or the Costco guy.
Yeah. Wait, but hot dogs are made of pork, not cows.
She needs to do a collab with the Costco guy who threatened to kill the guy he worked with if they changed the price of the hot dogs.
She just super has undiagnosed female autism, and I love it.
What's your favorite part?
There was another video of her take on the Russia-Ukraine war and how it should be played on Fortnite.
Here it is.
Like, imagine if Russia and Ukraine were just like doing it in Fortnite. Wow. It would be a lot less painful, I think, for everyone.
Once again, did she not make a point? Did she not make points here?
Okay. Well, sure. She made some great points there, I guess.
I think she's blissfully unaware.
That's a good thing.
charmingly oblivious to how things come off when she says them.
She just doesn't seem super relevant to me these days. I feel like I don't hear much about her. Maybe
People were talking about her the most when she was with Elon.
Yeah. There was this here. Also, Zuckerberg is calling out Elon. He thinks Elon's trying to get out of this.
He says that Elon is a potential fraud. He said, I think we can all agree Elon isn't serious and it's time to move on. I offered a real date. Dana White offered to make this a legit competition for charity. Elon won't confirm a date, then says he needs surgery, and now asks to do a practice round in my backyard instead. If Elon ever gets serious about a real date and official event, he knows how to reach me. Otherwise, time to move on. I'm going to focus on competing with people who take this sport seriously. He even needs to make MMA fighting into some kind of nerd hobby.
Yeah.
They don't take this fight seriously.
There's a $20 one there from Jason Moore.
He said, happy birthday, Mary, and I wish you a very happy Feast of the Assumption. Thank you.
I think what needs to happen is if they made a movie about it, what it is Zuckerberg is like, they fight, it's going great, but Musk's sheer mass is too much, and he finally knocks Zuckerberg out.
Maybe Elon
and Grimes there's this shot of like Grimes like shot low, and it's like an angel. It's like pure bright white behind her. Like a hymn is playing, and she's reaching down. Oh no, wait, yeah, and she's reaching down to Zuckerberg, and Musk's like, "Why are you doing that?" And so she does it to make Musk jealous.
It's like Angels in the Outfield.
Hey, I love that movie. Have you watched that movie?
Yeah, I mean a long time ago.
Oh gosh, everyone, if you haven't seen Angels in the Outfield, go watch Angels in the Outfield. A fun fact about that movie: if you actually take like the 1,000-foot, thank you. My favorite part of that movie is as you get older, you realize that it just means God sponsored cheating for like all of the regular season. In that movie, the main character, he wishes that God would help the California Angels win the pennant because his dad sarcastically says when he's leaving him at foster care, he's like, when will we be a family again? His dad's like, from where I see it, when the Angels win the pennant, which is supposed to be like a joke, like they suck, so they're not going to win the pennant, so it's likely never going to happen. But the kid didn't understand this because he's a kid. And so he asks God for help, and God essentially lets him cheat. He helps the Angels cheat the whole regular season. Then they get to the playoffs and they're like, oh, can't help you now. Like, you still cheated to get there.
It's been too long since
it's a masterpiece. There's a $21 one there from Baron of Grey Matter.
He said, wait, I don't see it yet.
He
said, happy birthday, Mary. Have a nice bottle of wine on me. Be well.
There you go.
Thank you. Well, look, guys, none of these super chats actually go to us.
Yeah. She is old enough to drink, though. Well,
if you want to send me money, my Venmo is Mary Archive, but I appreciate your super chats nonetheless very much.
It does keep us on air, though.
Yes.
It does keep us
exactly.
on air.
That's why we appreciate your super chats.
Without the super chats, the show doesn't exist. Without people watching, the show doesn't exist. So, yeah. All right, guys. So we've got, here's the thing. Mary picked a specific cringe for the day. Would you like to see, you're the birthday girl, would you like to see cringe of the day or cute of the day first?
Let's do cute of the day first. Okay. How about that?
All right.
I don't know what's coming for cute of the day.
I got a couple here. So first things first, from Raymond G. Stanley Jr.
Aww.
Says, meet Raymond G. Stanley Jr.
It has like cow spots. It's cute.
And his name is Raymond G. Stanley Jr. Jr.
That must be a joke.
I don't know. Could be.
Really? Aw. Cute.
Adorable. At first I thought that was like a tag on the back, like he just bought it from a store.
Yeah, they come with tags.
They just come with tags on the back. Oh, I know. I watch this. Like, I love positivity propaganda. It's my favorite type of stuff on Instagram. Stuff. It's so positive. You're just like, it's.
I don't understand this, Brett, because like a lot of that is the language that you hate, like step into your confidence.
Yes. Oh yeah. But there's this video. Well, it's the duality of man, Mary. I never said that I was. I never said that I was. That I made sense.
You contain multitudes.
I do. But there was this video. It's like 9 separate videos of animals getting adopted.
That's cute.
And it's the guy who works there bringing the tags to them. And I watched that and I'm like, I realize that what I'm looking at is propaganda, but that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more here. We'll do one more. This is from Jackie Treehorn. Says, hey, Pop Culture Show, Brett Dasovic, Mary Archived. Just wanted to recommend checking out your local dairy farms. We got to meet the babies this weekend. This one is 3 days old and his name is Carpet.
Carpet?
Carpet.
I guess I see the resemblance. I do.
Adorable.
Cute.
Adorable. All right. It's time for Cringe of the Day. Mary picked this one specifically. Get ready to cringe.
There's this TikTok pop star e-girl who attempted to do a flash mob in Target and called the police. People called the police on her, and she called them racist.
Can we listen to the... is the music going to get us copyrighted?
It's not. They make them turn off the music anyway. But.
Okay, here we go.
Music.
She's trying to pull a Michael Jackson, basically.
This guy's just not having it. It's also loud.
Yeah. Making a scene for no reason.
Multiple people record, they can't block it. Right.
We can sing it too.
It's giving middle school dance.
It's a graveyard. Can you move your
It's so entitled.
Get a job!
It's a graveyard. I'm haunted by your love. If you can hear your voice on
This went on way too long.
I can't watch anymore. I can't.
They wouldn't stop.
They won't stop. I
Ask
can't.
for the manager and then ask for an application.
Oh, man. Dude.
Get a job. What are all these people doing with their lives? Are they children?
Do they not have jobs?
Are they children? Is that why they don't have jobs?
I guess they could just be busy. Like maybe it's all their day off.
Well, you know the girl in the front, her job is that she's a pop star. So this is what pop stars do.
Flash mobs. I guess it's funny too because there's the.
But yeah, the caption says like, they call the cops on us and they're racist.
There's the one dancer that I always talk about, Enola Beddard, who does all the videos like on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And she got famous for she was the one who did that video.
All of those cringy videos in like a Sam's Club or
in the
whatever.
Sam's Club
yeah.
with the mask on because it was like the height of COVID, right? That was her. Now she's got like 2 million followers and is like doing stuff for the Grammys. Like she's like working super mainstream, had a pop song that just like did really, really well. So not, what they're chasing is they're trying to chase her success.
Yeah.
Right? They want her success, but she's just.
This is how you get picked
yeah.
up by a record label in 2023.
Yeah.
Like it or
dude.
not.
And let's face it, this worker is not racist for not letting you do your
Do
weird
a public
flash mob
disturbance
dance
in a private
at a business.
I don't know. Just do it outside or something.
Tacty Platty says your Sam's Club dancer is super cringe too. Nope, you're wrong.
It is super cringe, Brett.
That one was cringe. I don't care. That's fine.
We're
I'm
gonna
willing to be lied
send
to.
Brett to horny jail today. It's happening.
That's no.
Throw away. We're gonna lock him up and throw away the key.
At least when actually no, because in that one she didn't have like good camera equipment. But they're all chasing the same thing, right? They're all chasing internet fame. It is what it is. Horny jail. Let's straight to jail. Straight to jail. All right, guys. Before we get started, would you hit the like button on this video and would you subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already? Remember, all super chats $20 and over, like the ones people are sending Mary, wishing her a happy birthday. We will read right then and there, and then we will get right back on discussion as fast as possible. So if you're ready, Mary, we will get going. Are you ready, birthday girl? Just double checking.
I am ready.
All right, let's go. All right, tell us about Oliver Anthony, who seems to have the Populist song of the summer.
Yes, Oliver Anthony is the singer of the new song Rich Men North of Richmond, which is being called the Populist anthem of our generation. Legendary. It went viral really, really quickly after he posted the video of him performing it on YouTube. And the lyrics are definitely highly politicized, but this artist says that he's a centrist. He falls at the center on almost every issue. Yet all of the people praising him are mainly right-wing influencers and right-wing politicians.
Yes.
So let's take a look at the video real quick.
We'll just watch the 45-second clip. We won't
hear
show
it
the whole
straight
thing.
from him.
Yep.
People like you wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men.
Okay.
So the reactions to this song were extremely polarized. I saw a lot of politicians responding. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, "Our society uplifts the elites and college education while kicking down good working jobs and the people that do them, and sold the message that the college educated are the superior intelligent class of people."
There's a $20 one there from Audible Sigh.
He said, "Happy birthday, Mary. If anybody there wants a good, is it Coney? Then get some Kogel Vienna hot dogs. Premium meats with natural casings, diced onions, mustard, and Coney sauce, not chili."
Now I'm hungry again.
I'm not. It's okay.
Yep.
And she said, "This is an absolute lie. Our country survives because of the hardworking man. This is the song that Washington, D.C. needs to hear. It is the anthem of forgotten Americans that our government no longer cares about. These are my people, the hardworking, good men and women holding up America. I will fight for them every damn day." And Carrie Lake weighed in. "I can't listen to Oliver Anthony's Rich Men North of Richmond without getting chills. It's raw, it's true, and it's touching the hearts of men and women across this great nation. Thank you, Oliver Anthony, for writing the anthem of this moment in American history." And he got coverage in Rolling Stone, in Fox News, in Breitbart, in Daily Mail, literally everything. Everyone was talking about it. And we didn't talk about it on Friday because it had just come out, so the reaction was still taking place, and we didn't want to, make judgments prematurely. But look, I don't like the song. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I like Jason Aldean's "Try That in a Small Town." I don't like
You're an
Rich Men North of
establishment
Richmond.
shill.
I like the establishment product. I like the corporate algorithmic vibe that Jason Aldean brought to that song. And you know what else? I like the message of "Try That in a Small Town" more than I like Rich Men North of Richmond, because it doesn't share the same defeatist mentality. This song, I feel it feeds into feelings of despair and weakness and defeatedness, and it's a propaganda piece. Don't make any mistake about it. And it's a product. And I don't know why it went viral so quickly. I'm willing to give it its credit that this reaction was organic and it resonates clearly with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of them. And, I feel like even if I came from a similar background to this guy, I still wouldn't appreciate it, because it's just giving a message of, resigning yourself to the fate that has been meted upon you by the elites. But, what's the point in doing that? At least "Try That in a Small Town" is like, it has some tone of, or spirit of
tones for different
resistance of some kind.
I don't see anything wrong with making, people were making that argument, right? Like, the idea is that it should have a different tone, but that's the point of art, right? Is you sing about what you're feeling in the moment, and you're not going to feel utterly defiant all the time, and you want to make art that speaks to that.
I don't know about should or shouldn't have a different tone. I just mean the tone of it is the reason I don't like it. So he's perfectly entitled to sing about whatever he wants.
I love his voice.
He is musically talented, and he's a good singer. Yep. Definitely. Not going to contest that. But some of these lyrics also are just, I feel they're not very intelligent. Let me read some of them. "We got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, If you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. This just sounds like a parody song. Another one basically called out Jeffrey Epstein and said, I wish politicians would look out for minors, like coal miners, and not just minors, as in children, on an island somewhere.
I enjoyed this. I mean, most of what I enjoyed about it was his take on taxes in general, because I feel like it highlighted the differences between what we have in what those who would politically identify with him or on the right have in common with those on the left, which is that, you know, at the end of the day, you're getting shortchanged, but the corporations are the ones that the right will tend to blame the government and the left will tend to blame the corporations, right? And the truth is always something closer to the middle.
Around.
There's blame all around. I liked it. I liked the song, but it's also like this is something that I would listen to in a specific
I find
mood,
it
right?
cheesy. I find it cheesy and played out and whiny.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of self-pitying. It's a self-pity anthem. That's what it feels like when I listen to it. And if that's what you're interested in doing, go ahead, have fun listening to it and feeling sorry for yourself. But it also just doesn't make much sense to me that the con ink that normally says, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps is applauding this song.
I do laugh at people on the right who tend to tell you that art doesn't matter, suddenly love art.
Right.
They're like,
yeah.
Art doesn't matter. Art's a waste of time. You should focus on nothing but fiscal policy for your whole life and be a dweeb. Now they want to talk about art or they want to talk about pop culture as if they weren't pretending like none of this stuff didn't matter, like all this stuff didn't matter before, when we know it does.
Mm-hmm. What calls to mind here is what Derek was saying in regard to Roseanne Barr getting a show on X recently, where he just said the right is so desperate to appropriate any influencer or comedian or celebrity into the fold, even when they don't really belong and when they don't share any of our values, except for on maybe one issue.
But he clearly does.
But I don't know if that's the case, because in his own video explaining the song, he said he is pretty dead center down the aisle on politics and always have been. It seems like both sides serve the same master, and that master is not someone of any good to the people of this country. So, I mean, he doesn't seem to be partisan either way.
Yeah.
He just wants to complain about shit and not.
That's his right. That's his God-given right.
You know,
as
maybe there are
American,
solutions. I mean, you don't need to be a politician, but like, it's a weak message. It's a weak message. I mean, and it's a cheesy, corny-ass delivery. I find
for
a message that isn't really.
I find the overly corporate structure of Jason Aldean's song worse than this. I do.
I mean, there were issues with Jason Aldean's messaging too.
Yeah.
I mean, given that he also is not from a small town, at least Oliver Anthony can say for himself that he actually lives the life, walks the walk, and understands the culture that he's trying to represent in this song.
There's a $20 one there from Braymont.
He said, Mary, no joke, a foster cat name campaign.
Down one.
Oh, okay. Sad songs like these hit on heartstrings, but to get any movement going, they need to be paired with the resistance songs. Kind of reminds me of the Hero of War song from Rise Against.
And you're going to get a lot of pushback on this, but you're allowed your take. Isn't that the beauty of it, right? You're allowed to like what you want to like. You're allowed to dislike what you want to dislike. It's also possible that, look, you're not at the age group that this song would appeal to you.
Right, but at the same time, like if you're trying to appeal to young people and get them to vote for you
I don't think he's doing that. That's not what he's doing.
Well, I'm just saying for the people who are all applauding this song, which are literally establishment politicians who would be categorized as rich men north of Richmond. They are the ones applauding the song.
I didn't find the song
it's like,
corny.
If you're making a song to criticize politicians and corruption in the government, and then the politicians are lining up to applaud you and give you a platform, I don't really think that your message is doing what it was supposed to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like, what's a good protest song?
People are. Oh, I have no idea. I mean,
it's party time.
I'm not even calling for it to be a protest song. It doesn't need to be anything. But I find all of these convergences suspicious. One of these tweets said, wow, Epstein didn't kill himself and welfare people eat fudge. Billboard promotes it the same day. MTG gets a boner for it. Carrie Lake twerking like a baboon in heat. Matt Walsh declares it the protest anthem of a generation. And not to mention all of the mainstream media outlet coverage in the same 24 hours that it's posted. And then he gets a record label offered to him by John Rich. And it never ends. Like, it doesn't seem organic. I'm sure a lot of it is organic, but the speed at which this gained traction was it set off my alarm bells. Another take said Oliver Anthony points people toward despair, not goodness. Therefore, his art is evil and propaganda. He should be opposed along with his handlers and the gatekeepers who helped amplify his product launch.
What
they're saying is this corporate astroturfing, and we all know it.
What does that mean? So he's an industry plant? Is that what they're saying? That's insane. I mean, I guess, why? Because of the speed of it? Because of the speed of which it happened?
It seems like because of all of these corporate media outlets and politicians and celebrities who are promoting the song all at the same time, it does seem coordinated or planned in some way.
There's a big one there from That One Loser.
Thank you. He said, "We'll Have Our Home Again" is a great protest song.
Suppose if you're a commie fan, Rage Against the Machine made plenty of great music for you.
People are also calling Oliver Anthony a communist.
Why?
I mean, you tell me. I have no idea, but I don't think he's a communist. I just think maybe he's not going to live up to your hopes for who he is or what values you assume he holds. Maybe he doesn't have as much in common with you as you think. And maybe there's a misleading message
to me, that doesn't matter. Like I don't need to have anything in common with the music I listen to.
Trust me, a lot of people in these comment sections need that.
I don't need to. I don't need to identify with the people I listen to the music of, nor do I need to identify with the people I watch the movies of. Good art is good art, and I would prefer, if I'm being completely honest, music steer as clear of politics as possible. Not to say that I don't want it to exist or for people to get their own enjoyment out of that, but I personally don't get great enjoyment out of it.
This is sort of like when people were saying that Taylor Sheridan shows are a psyop to slowly creep into, a right-wing audience and plant the seeds of a leftist ideology, slowly but surely normalizing those ideas to them in a way that's palatable to them. And I agree with that on Taylor Sheridan. I don't know about Oliver Anthony. I guess we'll have to see how his career shapes up.
I don't think that I disagree with that about the Taylor Sheridan stuff too, because he's always been like that. Like his stuff has always had those stories. It's just that sometimes people find stuff that's palatable to them.
It's the phenomenon called the hick libs.
Yeah.
Like there is a hostile takeover of country music going on right now.
There's a big super chat there from Phil That Remains.
Thank you. He said, "Happy birthday, Mary."
Hi, Phil.
Thanks.
Hi, Phil.
Thanks for the big super chat.
Look, at the end of the day, like, it's all personal preference, right? And I think there's a lot to like about that song, but political music isn't really my thing anyways. Like the Tom McDonald song I like the most of all his music has nothing to do with politics. It's called Church, and it's about sobriety and recovery. Nothing to do with politics at all, but that's personal preference.
Political songs are cringe. Whether they come from the left and it's Demi Lovato singing about abortion up to 9 months and, talking about The Handmaid's Tale, or if it's Carrie Lake on 81 Million Votes My Ass, all of it makes me cringe and it repels me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good that, like, this is your ammo in the culture war. Yeah. Let it go,
Yeah,
it's ass.
Do you think do you think it makes a difference? Do you think I think this song has made. I think Joe Rogan reposting the song reached a lot of people.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why it blew up. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Joe Rogan is another one of those influencers that a lot of people who are on the right think that they're being represented by him when in reality he's just a centrist. He doesn't have an agenda.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't have a platform. He doesn't have a party platform. He's just a guy.
You're
going to be disappointed by these people. It's also like how people went behind Kyle Rittenhouse after he was acquitted and wanted him to be this right-wing folk hero. And then he joins up with Turning Point USA and he has embarrassing PR blunders. He gets a deal with Black Rifle Coffee and he becomes, at least for appearances to a lot of people, a grifter.
Yeah.
Just don't be surprised when people disappoint you because, like, I'm sorry, Oliver Anthony is not going to be some kind of folk hero.
Yeah.
He's just a guy with songs.
At the end of the day, like, if the song speaks to you, that's exactly what it should do, right? But that's why art is subjective and it matters to each individual what they take from this. I can't deny, nor I don't think anyone can deny, the positive impact this song had on a lot of people, and that's a good thing. If it speaks to you.
But what is the positive impact beyond getting people to
if all it does is
feel sorry for themselves?
If all it does is give you something to smile about and get you through the day, I think that's a positive thing. It's not making anybody
smile. It's making people feel sorry for themselves.
If all it did was get you through the day, it's not a bad thing.
I don't know.
When it comes to art,
doesn't seem constructive to me.
Well, but art is highly individualist, and so that's why we have such a problem when we talk about corporate art, right?
Well, I guess
art like this, if it's highly individualist, it's not about being productive. It's not about sending.
Valid point. It doesn't need to have a utilitarian purpose.
It doesn't.
But I think that I need to push back on all of the rest of the response to this song that is trying to corporatize it and make it an instrument of their agendas.
Look, they're like in the chat, somebody's saying catharsis. Somebody's saying catharsis. That could be what it is for a lot of people, especially people who don't feel like they've been heard very much recently. This might speak very, very heavily to them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's something beautiful in a way. I mean, I guess in a lot of ways you fall into the same traps as the people who talk about wanting to be seen on stage or they want to be represented.
Yeah, representation. It's just the same thing, but on the right.
It's I'm not going to begrudge anyone. Just like I don't.
It's like he's singing a song that's like criticizing the people who are on the left that always feel sorry for themselves.
I will say,
but at the same time, he's sitting here feeling sorry for himself. It's like he's gonna break his guitar at the end of the song and cry. We've got one from Francisco
Sanchez Jr. As long as you're making fun of fat people, I'm fine with it.
Nothing beats the cringe I saw this weekend of Vivek Ramaswamy rapping Eminem's "Lose Yourself." Feliz cumpleaños.
Okay, chat. I want to ask the chat. Chat. Vivek Ramaswamy singing Eminem. Cringe or based? Cringe or
cringe.
cool?
We don't need to ask the audience. It was cringe. I
need the chat to answer the question. Let's go to super chats. Do you want to go to super chats, or do you have anything else? Do you want to rain on this guy's parade anymore, Mary?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done spreading my misery today, but for now only. Based. I'm not going to finish saying that. Said, I'm just here to give Mary my money. Happy birthday. Thank you. Disco Jensen said happy birthday, Mary, as did Heidi K. Thank you, guys. John Stewart said, wait, ghosts have birthdays?
Ghosts do. Well, yeah, of course.
We do.
If they died, it would have to be they'd have to have a birthday because they've been born. Let's do 2 more.
Johannes Nakpil, sorry if I butchered that, said happy birthday, Mary. The Feast of the Assumption is tomorrow. Is that why they named you after Mom? There is a backstory to my name. I don't think I'm going to tell it here.
Did you read I'm sorry. Did you read the one from Heidi K and from Disco Jensen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Because we've had trouble lately with making sure all of, seems like some of them don't show up.
Disco Jensen said, Mary should be paid for every stream that thumbnail appears. I should be paid residuals for every minute that this episode is streamed. Okay? Or else I'm being exploited. No Control said happy birthday. Thank you.
Okay, let's hold off on the rest and we'll come back after that. So happy birthday.
Oh, sorry if I missed this one from Marcos. It's a $23 super chat. He said happy birthday, Mary. I see ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead. So Rachel Zegler is in the news. Rachel Zegler is in the news because she's fast becoming the new Brie Larson. She is taking over for Marvel and DC, for Disney as the most unlikable woman in Hollywood ever to promote a movie, is she not?
Yeah, it's truly a cultural milestone that Rachel Zegler has reached. Most annoying female lead in all of history. This Inside the Magic article says Rachel Zegler is officially Disney's new Brie Larson. And what's worse is she's younger than Brie Larson, so you know she's just got so many years ahead of her to continue antagonizing audiences. This tweet says, y'all swore up and down that we would never let the hate that Brie Larson got happen to another actress. And here we are again with you losers bashing Rachel Zegler for asking for fair pay and wanting to play Snow White as a more proactive heroine. I'm done.
I've got this clip from Phil Labonte.
Yeah, there's this new clip of Rachel Zegler from D23 where she called Prince Charming a stalker.
Here we go.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. Story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows?
She's the most unlikable woman I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap.
It's really Hollywood, bad. Baby.
It's Hollywood, baby.
18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once.
You know what it is? She has a Kamala Harris laugh.
No, she has an AOC demeanor. She's definitely giving AOC.
But she does the thing where she has like the short bursts of laughter that like escape her.
But they're not. That's because they're not genuine laughs.
Yeah, I know.
She's humorless person.
She's awful.
I'm gonna get like Rachel Zegler derangement syndrome if I don't stop.
Yeah. So
I don't want that to happen. Neither of us want that to happen. She's also getting compared to Halle Bailey because honestly, Halle Bailey had a way more diplomatic way of handling being in a live action adaptation, especially such a highly politicized one and a race swapped version as well. Like, there were a lot of things to criticize about Snow White, sorry, not Snow White, The Little Mermaid remake, but none of them involved Halle Bailey's personality or anything that she said while marketing the movie.
Yeah.
She was very diplomatic, very smart with her words, despite the fact that all of these media outlets just bombarded her with questions, leading questions all the time about, you know, talk about the racist hate you're getting for being black and playing Ariel. Like, she didn't make it any worse than it had to be, and it was already pretty bad.
Yeah.
But Rachel Zegler, like, we're not even in the stage where we know the release date for this movie yet.
No, it's next spring.
We're not. Well, they're gonna push it.
Yeah.
And we're not even in the stage where the marketing push is happening, and it's already this bad. Like, what is the strategy here for Disney? Putting this woman front and center in all of these interviews. Just shut her up.
Yep.
Shut her up. Take her backstage. We don't need her to do all of this damage to the public image for this movie. It's already bad.
She is actually worse than Brie Larson now at this point.
Yeah. Because if you really look at the most annoying things that Brie Larson has said in interviews, it's not actually nearly this bad.
No.
I don't think it is.
The demeanor isn't that bad.
She was more passive aggressive. Rachel Zegler is just doing fully, like, outwardly aggressive.
Yep.
She's not even trying to hide it behind, like, sass.
They're like trying to lose money, it feels like. It really does. Or they just don't care.
Me when I'm in a losing money competition and my opponent is Disney.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I see some articles defending Rachel Zegler now. This one from Glamour says, people attacking Rachel Zegler's Snow White in the name of feminism prove that women can't win. Can women ever just be congratulated for their efforts?
Women in American society today are constantly congratulated for their efforts.
Right. They're saying that, like, little girls should be taught in these movies that they can do whatever they want.
What was the quote? What was the quote? If you want to be saved, you...
Yeah. This says, let me see. Thinking that, or no. What is it? Yeah, this is not what we should teach our girls. We should teach our girls that you're able to have whatever it is you want. It's okay to want to be saved. It's okay to want Prince Charming. That in itself is feminism, in my opinion. I agree that it's okay to aspire toward a love story, but do not teach your kids that they should be able to have whatever they want.
Or they'll start dancing outside a Target and nobody will stop them.
That's why young adults these days are thought of as entitled and immature and emotionally stunted, is because they were raised with this ideology, with this message that you should just have whatever the hell you want and it's okay as long as it's your choice.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand how that's feminist. It's setting up women for failure.
Also, this on a macro level, it just doesn't get people excited.
No.
Nothing she's saying here would get anyone excited for anything.
She's like, it's not a love story. It's a story about a woman becoming a leader.
Yeah.
Like, not all women want to be leaders. In fact, a very, very small minority of women, I would argue a negligible amount of women, genuinely aspire toward that and desire power and control. They don't. As much as the media is going to, the media they consume as children and as adults is going to brainwash them to think that's what they want, it's not. And that's why these movies aren't going to do well. This article continued, this is where it becomes clear that the messages have been confused and Disney fans are trolling Rachel Zegler for no reason. At no point has she said anyone shouldn't be saved or fall in love. She's saying this particular imagining of Snow White may not, and that's okay.
But it's not Snow White then.
And don't we have enough Disney princesses we can watch if we want to see a woman swept off her feet and fall in love? There is no shortage of those.
Yes, there is. There's absolutely a shortage of those now.
She's talking about all of the old Disney princess movies. But like, that's the point. Just make a new Disney princess if you want her to be a girl boss feminist. Why is it specifically the one that wasn't a girl boss in the original that you want to bastardize? Why that one? No one would be complaining if this were a new movie, honestly.
Yes.
Well, maybe I would be.
You might be, but nobody else would care.
Most people wouldn't care. And now you've not just pissed off the right-wing influencers. You have not just pissed off the Ben Shapiros and Matt Walshes of the world who happen to make content talking about movies these days. You're pissing off the apolitical Disney fans. You're pissing off the young women and girls that you're trying to appeal to get to watch this movie next year. It's not going to go well for you. If they're not pissed off because they're not feminists. They're all feminists. Yep. They just rightly can judge that Rachel Zegler is not a fan of this story and wants it to be as far as possible away from the source as she can get it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like the fans of the movie either. Like, that's where you're pissing off the Disney fans that you're trying to get to flock to this movie.
There is a lot of derision and a lot of disdain in just that, in just listen
it's
to this again.
It's her smug, smarmy laugh.
Listen to this again. The amount of derision
and
and
the sarcasm and snark.
It came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Very evidently so.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Super weird.
I didn't, by the way, I am not a fan of the original Snow White. I'm not a fan of the original Disney princess movies. I was not allowed to watch them, and I don't care about them at all.
In the movie.
But I'm just speaking on behalf of all the criticism that's coming from the actual fans. That's what they're saying. I don't remember what her relationship with this Prince Charming was like, if he actually seemed like he was a stalker in the movie or not, but it sounds like an interpretation that Rachel Zegler is putting on it from her years of feminist indoctrination. I don't think that that's what everyone else thought of the movie when they saw it. And also you know that she is a born and raised leftist because she was named after Rachel from Friends. Like, you just know her parents have got to be, like, drinking the Kool-Aid fully. Like, they were bottle feeding her the Kool-Aid from a very young age.
She was named after Rachel from Friends?
Yes. Oh. Yeah. It's a bad sign.
That's
awful. If I ever saw one.
Great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's also just rude to your co-star, right?
Yeah. Who you should know on a fairly personal level by now if you've been working together on a regular basis. It would be like Mary if we were like, it's like, oh, Mary could get cut from the podcast. Oh no, that's podcasting, baby. You know,
that's showbiz, baby.
That's insane.
So quirky of her.
Ugh. It's like the way Halle Bailey handled The Little Mermaid was infinitely better.
She's just literally a nicer person.
Yeah.
And a less like irony poisoned person.
Yeah.
Less jaded, less political.
Entitled. Unbelievably
Halle
entitled.
Bailey also like...
No, I'm saying Rachel Zegler, unbelievably entitled.
Halle Bailey's movie, like it or not, I mean, it wasn't great, but it made money. I don't think Snow White is on track to do that.
It should get pushed to Disney Plus is what it should be. Is what should happen to it, but that's not going to.
Or just
end up happening.
Batgirl it.
Yeah.
Just give it the Batgirl treatment.
And empty it altogether. It's really funny because then people were posting down here. They're saying the original film made Disney what it is, what it ultimately became, its golden years. This remake will end Disney in its last dying years, and they're like showing dropping stock prices and everything like this. Look, I can't begin to care about Snow White as a property, but I can care about actors who don't seem to know how promotion for a movie and being diplomatic works, right? Like, it is kind of your job when you're being asked to lead a project of this big that you're now an ambassador and a caretaker for that character for the time being, and that should embody a certain amount of class.
Yeah.
In all that entails.
She just doesn't seem media trained, or I don't know. Like, did anyone tell her?
Yeah.
What to say or not say,
or she just doesn't
at
care.
these events. I mean, she doesn't have a chance to correct course here now because of the strikes. But I just sent you a video that says it's the real reason why Rachel Zegler gets hate.
Okay.
And I'm just too curious not to play it right now. So
here we go.
Let's see. What is the real reason why Rachel Zegler is getting hate?
Do you speak the language? Does it matter?
This is about West Side Story.
Oh yeah.
Do you speak the language? Does it matter?
It's not
It's not loading.
It's not loading.
They must have deleted
Do you
it.
eat the food of Latin descent? Do you speak the language?
I guess
Does it
she was telling people that they don't deserve subtitles for Spanish
well,
lines.
that's what
because you should just know Spanish by now. It's 2021.
That's
or
what
whatever it was
that's what
back
Steven
then.
Spielberg was saying that too, though.
Lame.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg said the same thing.
And Jenna Ortega as like a Gen Z trendy Latina actress is way more likable too.
Oh yeah.
And if this movie were made in the 2010s, it should have been Selena Gomez playing Snow White if they wanted a Latina actress that badly. But I don't think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted someone sufficiently bracing.
What if we found out later that they were going to do the dwarves, but Rachel Zegler was like, I don't want dwarves in my movie.
Yeah. She's just a raging bigot.
She just really hates dwarves.
She's like starts throwing rocks at them.
Yep. All right, let's go to Super Chats.
Okay. Eduardo Vicente said, "Happy birthday, Mary from Spain."
Thank you.
Thank you. Crispy like, oh no, I already read that one. Sorenko Productions said, "I'm telling you right now that Tiffany Gomez is not real." Also, happy birthday, Mary.
Brother, she is real. She is so real.
She is real and she is beautiful.
She is.
And she's worth it. She should get a brand deal. With like Maybelline or CoverGirl.
Oh, which one is the You're Worth It? Is that?
That's L'Oreal.
Let's get her a L'Oreal deal.
She'll replace Amber Heard.
Ooh, I am down.
Fresh Meat said, "Happy birthday, Mary, and happy Friday, Brett."
Hey!
Take the positivity that it's almost the weekend. Yes, almost the
Friday.
weekend. I feel it. Isaac Martinez said, "Happy birthday, Mary. Any plans for your special day?" Over the weekend, I got to go to a cat cafe, which was really fun. But I mean, you can essentially have the same exact experience by going to Starbucks and then going to a cat shelter afterwards.
Is that what you're going to do next time?
I've already done that before, so I mean, whatever works. Quite Blackpilled said, "Finally saw Oppenheimer. Best part was the member berries of once living in a country that enthusiastically hunted down commie filth. Happy birthday, Mary."
Ah, yes.
I never lived in that time.
Let's do one more, and then we will move on.
Hiroshima Otaru said, "It sounds like Netflix is trying to indoctrinate."
Well, I mean, also, I mean, the algorithm just is going to do what it does, right? So she clicked on a bunch of shows that had storylines that featured that, and then
pretty much all mainstream shows
yeah.
are pretty degenerate now.
Exactly.
Anyway, so you don't have to try hard to find that type of content.
All right, Mary, let's hold off. Let's move on. So if you guys don't know, over the weekend, the lovely Tiffany Gomez has come out and released a statement in which she apologized for her behavior on that airplane. She calls herself the crazy lady on the plane. Tiffany, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Don't talk about yourself like that. We're going to talk about what she said, because she's not just doing that, guys. She launched a new website. She launched a YouTube channel. She got on Twitter with some very interesting people she's following.
Her marketing job, her marketing expertise is top notch, because who would have thought to soft launch a month after your viral video?
You wait. You
just let people.
You get the glow up.
Keep wondering. Yeah. You start glowing up, and then you make your big reveal, and then you launch an anti-bullying campaign. I mean,
I'm here for it. There's a $20 one there from Soren Mask.
He said, "Happy birthday, Mary," or barf day. I don't want to barf today. You're allowed to tweet without proper capitalization and punctuation just today.
I didn't know that. You're just allowed just in the birthday.
If there's anybody that you should criticize for not having proper grammar or punctuation in tweets, it's Tim Pool. He taught me. I learned from the best. Yep. Okay, let's watch this video. She said in her caption, "I apologize and take accountability for my actions. They were uncalled for. My very worst moment was captured on video."
Lady, Tiffany, you don't need to do that. You don't need to apologize.
She didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand why she apologized.
Look at that smile, ladies.
Nobody was mad at her. They just wanted answers.
Here we go.
And she hasn't given us any answers.
I know, that's the best part. She hasn't answered anything. Here we go.
Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the crazy plane lady.
Girl, you are not
which
crazy.
Which is completely warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time.
Oh, it's time.
First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely
I can fix her, Mary. I can
you
fix
can
her.
save her.
I can save her.
Distressed
from
or not,
that MF.
I should have been in control of my emotions, and
she's definitely reading a script
that was not
of some sort. Yeah.
My use of profanity was completely unnecessary. And I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry. Trying not
pull back the tears, girl.
I can be very comforting.
Well, it has been
be her shoulder
really
to cry on in this trying time.
Exactly.
And I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind. And I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. They are
you mean the family that you accused of stealing your AirPods?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Sorry, y'all. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world. And
she needs a Raycon sponsorship.
Yes!
Raid
Shadow Legends.
Can accept my apology and I can begin to move on with my life.
No, it needs to be Raycon. She said, "Join me on my journey of promoting positive mental health and standing up against cyberbullying at TiffanyGomez.com."
I see some of you in the chat cyberbullying her right now. I want you to stop.
Wow.
I want you to stop.
So she's launched Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Oh, I just found her email. Oh, we're going to get her on the show.
Oh, I already sent her.
But she needs a Raycon sponsorship because she's like, after my relatives stole my AirPods on a plane and my entire life went in shambles, I needed Raycon to listen to my music while doing my hot girl workouts.
Do you think she's ever going to explain who was not real?
She's being intentionally vague, is she not? Like, she knows that we want answers. It's just crazy. Like, there was this other video that came out of her in the airport arguing with the cops in the airport.
Yes, let's watch that.
Play this. Nobody asks her. Nobody thinks to ask her what the hell she thinks she saw.
Here we go.
So this moment, you're one of the ones that travel with American Airlines, so the cuz holders. I don't care if I'm ever fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here. They're gonna escort you out, so just let me get followed without being
Great. I don't ever want to fly with you ever again.
All right, ma'am.
She was a loyalty member.
Ma'am, since you no longer have a valid ticket or business on this side of the airport, we gotta escort you out to the public side, okay? You ready?
It's on that flight.
If you don't leave, you'll be under arrest.
This is my
for criminal
favorite
trespass.
psyop that's happened this year.
This is
By
your
far.
warning right here.
Okay. Just watch. What? Am I leaving? What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass.
Don't arrest her.
Let's go.
Come on, look at that face. How can you arrest her?
I wish I could have seen the mugshot though.
Thank you, guys. Look, I can also help her, like, I can help her. Oh, there's a $20 one there from Cody Bedreau.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that one.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Thanks
All
anyway,
right, here we go.
buddy.
Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
You heard me say that. Like, do not let that flight leave. That flight's not going to make it to Orlando.
Let's
It's
go.
not going to. It's like she's done. Yeah, I'm not making it to Orlando. But I'm telling you, 100% that flight also is not making it to Orlando.
When did the AirPod stuff come out?
Last week.
There's a $100 one from Trudy Jones. It's my favorite today.
I could make her worse.
I can fix her though, Trudy. Don't worry. I can fix her.
And also we missed this one from Viperus69. He said, I get the feeling that RZ didn't pay attention that one time she supposedly... Oh, Rachel Zegler didn't pay attention that one time she supposedly watched the original. From what I remember, the prince only shows up at the end, gives her mouth to mouth, then she falls in love with him. I don't remember any better than you do.
Did you read the one from Francisco Sanchez Jr. about Vivek?
Yeah.
Did we talk? Okay, we did. All right.
You're getting short-term memory loss.
I've always had bad memory. All right, here we go. It's all the see, Mary. Sometimes you do a bunch of drugs and you end up with short-term memory loss. Sometimes you take an Ambien on a plane, possibly, and you end up seeing reptiles everywhere.
I'm gonna be just like you when I grow up.
I can help her.
You don't need to escort me out.
Yeah.
Can I just
You had your own warning. So, keep walking.
Oh,
Who's on
until
FaceTime
y'all
with
see
her?
that fight blow up.
Okay.
So this video just came out. Some people are not accepting her apology. One person said, Tiffany, while I appreciate your effort to take responsibility, I don't think this was enough. Sorry for cussing on a plane with kids is not enough. You scared everyone with unfounded claims the plane was unsafe and was going to crash and not make it. Public apologies require taking full responsibility for what actually occurred.
My favorite part is when she Monday morning quarterbacks the apology down here. This is what she says she should have said. She said, I apologize for scaring everyone, saying that it was unsafe to fly, that the plane was going to be taken down when it was in fact untrue. I was completely out of line and irresponsible, and I'm truly sorry. That was what she said the apology should have been.
This woman is also a marketing executive and PR executive. She probably is just jealous that another marketing girl is getting more attention than her, and everyone wants to put a ring on Tiffany Gomez right now. But I like the story that she was just mad at her relative for stealing her AirPods and wanted to screw them all over by not letting the plane take off. Starts saying all this stuff about how it's going to crash, now it's unsafe. They did actually get delayed with inspections after she said that stuff. Yeah. They had to inspect the aircraft a whole other time before leaving. That probably kept them up for at least an hour.
Well, my favorite part is how she follows Matt Taibbi, Lex Friedman, Jordan Peterson, the Hodge twins, Joe Rogan, and Tim Pool. Tim Pool! So
Lex Friedman, kind of cringe, but the rest, pretty good list.
She also follows The Talk CBS.
She follows the National Alliance on Mental Illness. She's about to become a mental health advocate.
Oh yeah. She follows TMZ and TMZ Live, Good Morning America. She's going places, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, her Instagram is just super normy.
I love it. It's so normy. It's just her at a bar, her
me
on
and the girls at the beach, me and the girls at the club.
Mary had to watch me earlier. I was just going through, like doing the thing.
Brett was being a little bit of an Instagram stalker.
Doing the thing where you go through and you make doubly sure you don't accidentally like something that's too old.
Picture of her dog that has the caption 50% savage, 50% sweet.
Well, when she ends up here,
she's an NPC. I love it.
When she ends up here, here's the thing, Mary. When we're done with the show here, we're usually up here. You're working on the social media clip. I start editing and getting everything ready. We have to clean up all the money, so it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever make it down to the green room. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. I don't. Oh, please.
It's party time.
I don't really ever find the time to get down to the green room while the guests are down there because I got stuff to do. But I'll tell you what, if Tiffany Gomez ends up, coming on IRL, I have a feeling that I will find a way to get my work done faster than normal so that I can make my way awkwardly down to the
We're going to have her on the show.
We have to at least. I sent her an email.
I
sent a media request. I'm hoping to do so. But it is what it is. Do you think this is kind of indicative of the culture right now that we're in such unserious times that we just go from one absurdist event to the next? Like somebody was
I was saying earlier, like I didn't think that it was possible for something to go Charlie bit my finger level viral in this day and age because the internet has just gotten so much bigger and more complicated and fragmented, but like this truly took over. Like everyone had seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just extremely online and I thought that, but it wasn't true. But I think everyone like formed an opinion about this and remembered it longer than other things that go viral. And that's why like they continued pressing and asking like, who is this lady?
Yeah.
Because usually we get the profile the next day and we get all the details the next day, and she kept us waiting. And I admire her for that.
Well, she was very, very calculated in her choices. Yep.
Yeah, to have some discretion, some mystery. That's what we're missing about women too. A little bit of mystery, an element of mystery. We don't want to know everything.
What's funny is like I think about like we kind of look at all of these events, sadly, because we grow up, we've been built into this internet-based world now, where it's like this happened around the same time as the sub. And I think of them in equal terms, and they're not in equal terms. They shouldn't be thought of as in equal
I feel
terms.
like this was a bigger deal than the sub.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like they're thought of in this generic way, right? Where you're like, oh, that's a thing that happened. One is this unbelievably tragic event, and one is just this slice of life weird story from this random woman.
Totally desensitizes you.
We're completely desensitized to everything that happens these days, and a lot of what I found
whether
is,
it's serious and a tragedy or it's just a funny video, the same memes are going to be made about it either way.
Yeah, that's a weird concern. I think part of it is also it has a lot to do with like when you think of like what happened to the people on the sub, or when you think of when people talk about everything that happens to society in broad terms, like in groups, it's a lot harder to feel emotionally connected, one, to people you don't know, and two, to large groups of people, because you're not identifying with a person, you're identifying with a larger group. And that's not always what the internet does, right? A lot of times it's easier to make jokes about like people, we make jokes about this lady. I'm Redditing hard right now, as I'm kind of memeing off of this lady. But at the same time, she could have been going through a serious panic attack or something, or she clearly had some type of episode that affected her, whatever that was. And then you think about the way people behave, the memes in relation to the sub. Nobody I got upset not because people made memes about the sub, but because some people actually seem to have wanted those people to die, right?
Yeah, that was the more blackpilling part of that story.
Yeah,
but there were some people that genuinely wanted Tiffany Gomez to get canceled or something.
For what? Like what? Because for disrupting the plane?
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know. I can't imagine what would justify that. But
it just feels like the internet
she
has
didn't have
created
anything
this...
to apologize for. She didn't do anything illegal. She didn't get arrested. She didn't assault anybody. She just, had a bit of a chaotic moment, and she's apologizing for it like she killed somebody.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
And it's just weird how we seem to take all of these events that happen now, and they all get kind of, like I showed you that video of the guy who does the weird song where he talks about all the stuff that happened in July. And you realize that everything really is, you really just do move from weird story to weird story.
Like, who's going to remember that, like, the stepson of one of the guys who died on the submersible is, like, guilty of like stalking and bomb threats.
Oh, and went to a Blink 182 concert.
Yeah, went to a Blink 182 concert to cope with his grief. Like, no one is gonna remember that.
Yeah.
In a month from now.
Yeah,
they probably already forgot.
It's just weird, and it kind of speaks to why it's weird that these companies make such a big deal when they get bad publicity. Because the publicity goes by so fast these days.
Yeah.
Like, you say something awful and everybody forgets within...
Tiffany
not
Gomez
but, yeah.
knows better than anyone as a marketing genius.
Yeah.
How you should respond to these things.
Yeah, she waited.
She is going to capitalize on this.
And like I said, I'm redditing very hard for the sake of the show, but I do think that what she did is very, very smart, right? She understood what she had. She waited. She appropriated the resources. She had her glow up. She's already pretty to begin with, but she had her glow up, and she launched something that could be pretty substantial because she waited and she took the time to do so.
Yeah, smart lady.
She's a very, very smart lady. Do you think this is the type of thing where she'll end up kind of getting hooked on the fame and want to keep going? Because like, it's not easy. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand, like, she had it good. Like, she's got a good job, she's got a solid career.
Yeah, she doesn't need fame.
You don't want to be tethered to the life cycle of the internet, right? Where you're constantly wondering where your next viral moment is going to come from, where you're constantly wondering where your next important bit of info is going to come from, like where your next bit of publicity is going to come from. Mm-hmm. Like, that's an exhausting life cycle to work with. It's one thing when you're marketing for other companies or you're in charge. It's another thing to be the public face of something like that gets lots of scrutiny, lots of attention. And like you said, there's already weirdos on here saying that apology wasn't enough. The apology that she didn't need to give.
Or they're saying, marry me.
Yeah, or they're people like me who are, granted, I'm not being serious, but other people are being unbelievably serious. There are people who are like, check your DMs, like this lady's going to marry you.
This lady, and
I say this as if I'm kidding. Like, this is a lady who is rich.
She's got it made and she doesn't need fame. And I think if she had a pathological need for fame, she would have explained the situation. Yep. But she's leaving it up to the imagination. She's leaving us without an explanation.
Also,
and I'm okay with that.
Do you think it's funny that people think she's fake? That they think
there are people saying, like, do you really believe this is the same lady from the video? Like, it's a fake, it's a reptilian. That MF is not real. You're turning into her.
Yeah.
You're literally turning into her from the original video. It's clearly the same woman. It's a novel concept to some of you, I guess, that you can look different from different angles and different lighting in videos. This should be a well-known fact by now, but it's clearly the same woman.
Do you think? What do you think? What do you think she does? You think she does the talk show circuit?
Maybe. I'm sure plenty of people have been asking.
Oh yeah, she'll get appearances on a lot of like big shows, right? Like, she'll go on Good Morning America and talk about mental health struggles and dealing with that stuff. And
she's gonna become an expert at actually dodging the question of, like, okay, so what did you think that you saw?
Yeah.
What actually happened? Please tell us. She's gonna be like a Taylor Swift level expert at dodging those types of questions and redirecting it into something else.
Maybe maybe everyone turns into a reptile that meets her. Maybe that's what it is.
She has something like a Midas touch.
Yeah, they all just become secret reptilians and join the horde of reptiles looking to take over the earth. Also, what airport did this happen out of? Do we know? It wasn't Denver, was it?
I thought it was in Dallas.
Okay, thank goodness, because we all know that Denver airport is
I want to know what were you traveling for? Where were you going? What were your plans?
Yeah, and also like
which relatives were on the flight with you? Did they forgive you for what you said to them?
Well, she said they did. She said she wouldn't have gotten through this without the support of her family and friends.
Loyalty.
So she's like, look, I understand that you took my AirPods, but I still love you.
She didn't address the AirPods thing at all.
She should have done that. So
okay, let's go to Super Chats. Right. Jimmy Bags said, enjoy your birthday, Mary. You and Brett make this political hellscape we currently live in a bit brighter. Keep it up. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Waffle Sensei said, apparently Zuck is backing out of the fight. So Zuck is the fraud now?
So they're both frauds? What is going on?
It's not that hard to just plan a date. Like, just set a date and commit to it.
Yeah.
What's the big idea here? James Moore, already read that one. Whoops. Darth Dank said, happy birthday. Make Brett buy you something expensive. I don't know. I don't want to make Brett buy anything.
That's not my job.
He got me some good gifts.
I got
We're
gifts.
good.
Look, that's for like, no.
Eduardo Vicente said, chicks love the man that sometimes tells them to shut up. So true, King. Andrew Jacobs said, happy birthday, Mary. Have a wonderful day. I plan on it. Thank you.
Are you going to be doing anything after work? Anything special?
Probably eat cake.
That's not a bad way to spend the
something
night.
Like that. Maybe some mac and cheese.
That sounds good. There's a $20 one there from Jacob Edler.
Her MH campaign, mental health campaign, is a cry for help. I think her plain psychotic break was genuine and not something she wanted public, and she feels worse than she's letting on. It woke her up, and now she's doing something about it. Happy birthday, Mary.
I hope so. I hope that's true, and I hope she's getting help, and I hope that she's genuine. I really do.
Do you think it was a genuine psychotic break?
No, I think she had a bad reaction to something she took. I can't know for sure, but
that's what a lot of people were saying. Like, oh, she mistakenly microdosed shrooms before a flight because she felt anxious about flying. I don't think a marketing executive from Dallas, Texas, with a $2 million home has a fear of flying.
I don't
see that.
I don't know. And I'm loath to speculate because it's not my job, but it's kind of my job. But at the same time, look, sometimes people just have bad reactions to flying. And I'm not just saying
I'm loath to weigh in on the subject because it's not my job, even though it is my job.
because I don't want this to get back to her.
True. It'll ruin your chances with her. Based blank said Sam's Club hot dogs are the best. Are better than Costco?
Costco. Let's go to. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Maybe I'll go to Costco just to get hot dog and leave.
I still love that story of the CEO being like, if you raise the price of that fucking hot dog, I'm going to kill you.
In hell!
In hell!
Let's do two more.
Okay, Bad Kitty Mama said, happy birthday, Mary. Thank you. Lulu said, to be fair, Republicans and conservatives are going to praise a song that has a message of I want to be left alone and I want to work to earn my keep.
Republicans and conservatives. If this is Republicans and Democrats, it's like, no.
Conservatives.
Yeah. Do you think this is something I was thinking about earlier. Do you think some of the reason why people find left-wing messaging in music and stuff like that less obvious is because it's so baked into the culture that they expect it, whereas when it comes from someone...
Well, the framing of it is we on the left here are the mainstream, and also we're the ones having fun over here. We're the ones partying over here. You should join us over here.
Yeah.
And then I see the right-wing song, and it's like, I'm misunderstood. No one understands me. It's not the message that you want to be projecting out there if you want more people to join your side. The left-wing songs are like, it's so fun over here. Aren't we great?
What songs are those? Can you give me an example?
I don't know. I mean,
Lana Del Rey.
Literally all of the pop artists by default are left-wing. Yeah. So that's the message that it is. We're the mainstream. You belong here. If you aren't with us, you're against us, and you don't belong in the mainstream. You know?
All right, let's do one more.
Miss Master Chief said, this song is so good. Happy birthday, Queen Mary. I love the show.
They love the song. And
Thank you.
That's the beauty of it. You're allowed to. You can agree to disagree here. That's allowed here on Pop Culture Crisis. We're cool with agreeing to disagree. All right, Mary, tell us all about sororities.
sororities are getting slammed with online hate right now from bitter losers who couldn't get a bid. I'm kidding, but I think they're mad that a bunch of pretty girls are just dressing up in pink and having fun and dancing in TikTok videos. I really don't understand what there is to be offended about with these videos. They're just choreographing dances and they're using it for recruitment for sororities. And honestly, they're putting their all into it. They're really putting the work in. Some of these girls really earned their spots in the front row. And I'm here for it. Their outfits are cute. They're having fun. They aren't pretending to be like doing something deep that it's not.
Yeah.
You know, they're not self-pitying whiners. They're the best and they know it. And I appreciate that about them. So specifically these girls from Arizona State University in Delta Zeta, is it?
Okay.
They like did this Barbie themed choreography where they're all dressed in pink. And it was extremely controversial. Once again, it's beyond me why this pissed anybody off. But let's take a look, I guess.
Hold, please. Actually, we'll just watch it on
What's
the original
wrong?
site. No, we'll watch it here. Here we go.
Okay.
You're still in doubt.
Music is going to get us copyrighted.
Oops.
Just play it?
Yeah.
No. Guys, this will be cut after the fact because we're going to get caught.
I think they're also mad that, you know, it's an exclusive club of some sort, and that goes against the leftist dogma of inclusivity above all.
And they think it's too white.
And and they're mad that it's predominantly white girls with blonde hair in the video, which, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, they're obviously not allowed to racially discriminate. It's just a mostly white school. I saw specifically a lot of praise for the ASU girls from Nina, or Zernu, who's been on the show before. She actually went to ASU, and she doesn't exactly fit the like blonde, tan white girl that goes to ASU.
This is the
but she
ASU
said,
Delta Zeta Instagram, and it is a sight to behold. Just
wow. Amazing. She said, I
Let's
love ASU
go.
girls. You objectively must be hot to attend ASU. The acceptance rate is 88%, so you can be a pure bimbo with easy classes. You must like to wear mini shorts and crop tops for most of the year to survive the heat. And she said, people mocking sorority girls dancing make me so mad. Beautiful girls of a certain complexion having fun and prioritizing their beauty instead of pretending to be femcells or doing OnlyFans. They should be worshipped. Those girls will be married after college and have kids after. Which is probably true.
Yeah, absolutely
This
true.
is what it looks like to have some kind of social cohesion. And it's important to realize, like, they prioritize being hot and thin and well-dressed and beautiful without selling their sexuality online.
Yeah.
That's a great sight to behold. It's great. And I don't know, like, what response they were hoping for here, but, like, it's working.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like, it's an aspirational image to sell to people, and it makes people want to join your club, you know?
Here's another one without music, though. Because
I think this must be a different one.
Alabama. Alpha,
yeah, Alabama sororities
Alpha
are notoriously cult-like. I've learned. Oh, play the disturbing, scary one that I sent you.
This one?
No, that
This
one. Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Hi, I'm Maddie, Recruitment Vice President.
I'm Caitlin, Chapter President. I'm Jean Marie, Formal Recruitment Chair. We've been waiting for you all summer, and we're so glad you're finally here.
This is so creepy.
I know. It's literally the gnashing of teeth and wailing that comes from hell.
All of these women, if they don't get married and become stay-at-home moms, they become the Tiffany Gomez's of the world.
They become trophy wives and marketing girlies with laptop jobs of the world, and we need them to keep this economy going. Mikey just said, I don't think the video is bad. I just find sororities and such cringe to begin with. I'm good with just being in a normal club. I asked the chat for... Yeah, we asked you guys, do you think that fraternities and sororities are based or cringe?
Yep.
And I knew this would be a little bit split because, I mean, some people see the merits in having an exclusive club that is basically, like, at least according to the stereotypes, for Nepo babies, for, classist, elitist people, to get a leg up in life, have networking connections, have something to put on their resume.
Thank you, guys.
When in reality, they're kind of just paying to have friends.
It's not very split. It's 76% say cringe. I'm ending the poll.
Thank you.
76% say sororities and frats are cringe. So it's not based on gender.
I don't think that they're cringe. I think that they do have some evil occult practices, especially fraternities at a lot of these very old schools. Like, I was talking to this guy who goes to college in Virginia. Like, last year, I was asking him about his fraternity because he's like one of their ritual keepers. Okay? That's what they call you. He's a ritual keeper.
Yep.
And it's a very old school. They have very old rituals that they do with each other. And I was like, be honest with me. Is it kind of gay? And he was like, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of gay. Like, they, spank each other with paddles, and they do weird sexual hazing rituals that I don't even want to repeat here. And I'm sure the hazing rituals at sororities are even more psychotic because women are more calculating and crazy. But the fraternities I don't like. The concept of just having, an exclusive club that you pay to play, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
They end up becoming your contacts.
That's what college is in the first place.
They end up becoming your contacts in the work world.
Right. That's what college is anyway.
Yeah.
It's just another layer of the same thing.
Like, it just ends up becoming
at my college, I didn't have fraternities or sororities at my college. So I didn't even have the opportunity to join. I probably wouldn't have joined faced with the opportunity, but I'm also not really the target demographic for that type of thing. So it doesn't matter. I just like it because it reminds me of a time when the country felt more cohesive. Like, it was a staple of American tradition, right? Like, it feels like in a world now where media attention is given to literally everything but what was once considered mainstream and normal and average, like the idea that there's some focus going back on things. Like, it's like when I see I saw a video the other day where it was like all of the Miami Dolphins, like they were doing cheerleading tryouts and stuff for the football season. I'm like, I was like, I'm surprised they still even have cheerleaders in football, or that they have tryouts and you don't just get affirmative action hired. But not just that, but also like I said, all the girls who do like stunt cheerleading all seem like the happiest people. They do. They all seem like the happiest people on earth. Yeah, they're well adjusted, and people who aren't well adjusted, who spend all of their time on the internet, hate that. Yeah, they hate to see you winning. Well, I mean, chronically online people tend to hate seeing people that are happy without any semblance of like disdain for the life one of these tweets just said, "Not one drop of melanin in that whole sorority." I mean, you could have just zoomed in and you would see non-white people in the sorority. But even if it were 100% white girls in the sorority, I don't know why you have to make it your personal vendetta against them. Like, it doesn't matter. There are all black sororities too. There's also this one. Does this one have music? I think this one's got copyrighted music. Well, too. Probably. I don't want to get two copyrights in the same thing, but let's look at this one too. Here we go. Is it? What is this one? It says, look at that. I think this one is from the same sorority at ASU.
I was like, when do they go to class? That's the real question, Mary.
Right?
When do they go to class?
Well, the classes are just so easy. Apparently.
Wanna be Dan Humphrey. Math class is hard, Mary.
Yeah, math class is tough.
Math class is tough. And then the main character energy. Yeah, like
they're posting that Hillary Duff choreo from like 2006. So bad.
I just see it as something it's kind of endearing, right? Like, but also it's weird because I guess in a lot of ways, at least fraternities, hazing became such a big problem for a while.
Like people died, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's plenty of degenerate, evil stuff that goes on in fraternities and sororities, and just in college in general these days. And that's not something that you should aspire to. And be very cautious about like sending your kids to college these days too.
Yeah.
Just for that reason alone, because they might get indoctrinated, because they fall into the wrong crowds, et cetera, et cetera. But like, as long as we're judging it just based on them dancing in a TikTok and dressing up together, it's not that bad of a thing.
I love this one. This one made me happy.
Okay, so for this video, I'm thinking we get 4 of the most toxic girls in the sorority in the front, dancing on beat, kind of, but not really. And then in the back, we'll have like 4 to 600 girls just kind of standing there doing nothing. Yes, girls, work it, work it. Girls in the back, okay, stop moving so much. This isn't about you. So we're gonna organize the back row by hottest. So ladies, you know, if we're 6 and below, get in the back and pop, pop, pop. Yes, girls, you're putting the bass in basic. Alan, come on, do we think we're front row material? Honestly, no. Okay, nice try. Get in the back, sister. Get in the back. Ladies in the back, why are you moving? Stand still. Okay, so for this video,
I love it.
He's right. He's right. Like, and you just know that the women in the front were the cattiest of the catty.
I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
Also, I think some of you might be aware of this already, but they're trying to allow men into, you know, female sororities now, and it's a recurring problem. And Andrea Mew decided to bring this up on Twitter because sororities are getting shit on right now. And she said, ridiculing these types of videos may seem like a fun, easy bait, but it's unproductive considering the imminent erasure of sorority sisterhoods. And all of these people commenting below her said, that sounds fine to me, Mega W. It's also a good thing. I think this is good, actually. Snowflake mentality. They said, cry more Hitlerite. Because she said that you shouldn't allow men into sororities that were traditionally for women only. Biological women. People said, like, you know, I got kicked out of my sorority because I called out somebody who abused me and called them a man and they identified as trans. Like, these are real stories that actually happen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the tone that I get from all of the hate on sororities is like, that you don't want to let people have their thing, and
well, you're not allowed to let people have their thing anymore unless
everything is an equal playing field. It has to be abolished completely.
Yeah, you're
That's
not
where
allowed
it comes
to
from. It's just like the losers wanting to ruin the thing that the winners are enjoying.
Yeah. Inclusivity means that you're not allowed to just have your thing anymore.
Yeah,
you have to allow everyone in when that's not really how the world works.
Right. When like getting accepted into a sorority, like it or not, is based on whether they like you and think that you would make a good addition to their social club. So you can't just force your way into it. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
Like that seems more meritocratic to me.
All right, let's go ahead and go to Super Chats then, shall we?
Okay. Protoman said, simping for Mary on her birthday, whether she likes it or not, slay queen slay. Thank you. Disco Jensen said, if you're faced with Target flash mobs and trying to be a good Christian, just remember flipping tables and whipping people is still an option. I'll remember that next time I see a flash mob in Target.
Though you probably shouldn't do that. Probably not the best idea.
Yeah. Leave it to Jesus.
Yeah, there you go.
Raymond G. Stanley Jr. said, Mary, no joke, a foster cat name campaign and kitten was named after me, so of course I had to adopt him. Happy birthday, Miss Mary. Bless his soul. Okay, it's not awesome. A joke. I stand corrected. That's pretty cool. Overdressed said, the song is very easy to listen to and not offensive enough to rile up enough people. That's why it's well liked. It's the rice pudding of political songs.
That's interesting. Like, I mean, it did seem to rile people up, though. It did seem to make people angry.
It didn't really seem to make left-wing people angry. It seemed to make a faction of the right wing angry.
There's a $20 one there from Mikey.
He said, I forgot to say happy birthday, Mary. Well, thank you.
Wait, what do you like? So, what was the Rolling Stone article then? If it didn't make the, I mean, I felt like the people, like the people on the left were just like quick to say, "Oh, look, it's the newest thing that the right way." Same way they said about Sound of Freedom, right?
It was definitely worse when they were attacking Sound of Freedom.
They don't like it when you have anything you like. You're not allowed to have anything you like as a right winger.
I think that the attacks from the left were way worse on Sound of Freedom.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, but like what they they like to come in and say, "Ha ha! Look at these chuds who have this thing that they like," because first of all they're bitter, they're angry, and they want to make sure that you have nothing you like.
Well, just don't give them more opportunities to dunk on you. It's like that song was admitting defeat to the left. And they're gloating about it. It's not a great look. Nathan Koss said, Mary, I'm not into doomerism. Also, Mary, we can't trust the guy isn't an industry plant, so don't bother elevating someone who's speaking out. I mean, I don't think he's necessarily an industry plant.
Oh, I don't think he's an industry plant. I think that what we saw there is the same level of he hit a good wave. He got something went viral very, very quickly.
Got very lucky.
The right, well, I don't even know it's luck, but like it's talent. But a lot of the right people, it touched a lot of the right people with large audiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you go viral on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Not by doing a flash mob in Target?
Not by doing a flash mob in Target, ever.
He shouldn't do that?
No, he should not do that.
Okay, just checking.
He just goes into imagine that. Like, what would a right-wing flash mob look like?
Has that ever happened?
I shudder to think.
It would be J6 all over again.
I would love to see they
it
go. It
would turn into an insurrection, wouldn't it?
They go and they do a flash mob at Mar-a-Lago on the golf course.
Amazing.
And they get
they all do the Trump dance.
And yes, and they could get. Wasn't Tiger Woods a friend of Trump's at some point? I feel like him and Trump were buds.
Were they tight?
Like maybe we can get him to lead the flash mob.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. Him and all the women he slept with, because it would be an enormous list of people. Because Tiger Woods.
Corey Anderson said, "Happy birthday, Mary. I hope God blesses your life with love and happiness. $10 on its way to your Venmo." Thank you. Venmo Mary archived, by the way. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Francisco Sanchez Jr. Oh, sorry, I already read that one. Bullet Shepherd said, Mary has apparently never heard a country bluegrass song. Aldine doesn't count if she doesn't understand the lyrical content. Ever read Ecclesiastes? Yeah, I mean, Ecclesiastes is my favorite book of the Bible. I like bluegrass as a genre. I also like Jason Aldean. Not saying it's the same thing.
And at the end of the day,
I understand
you're
perfectly well what he's getting at. I just think it was cringy. I'll leave it at that.
At the end of the day, everyone's allowed to like whatever the hell they want to like. That's the beauty of art.
It just felt whiny. And not in a deeper, melancholic way. It just in a superficial, whining kind of way. Corey Anderson said, Rachel Zegler is an insufferable C-word, and attitudes like her are why I refuse to give my money to Hollywood.
She comes out and starts singing the Oliver Anthony song. I don't know what to do with this information. Holy crap. She's like, my Snow White money has been taxed to no end.
Princess like me, and princess like you. For Shane H. Wilder said, so I'm guessing Sleeping Beauty will stay asleep after eating the apple. Since she don't need no man, she doesn't need true love's kiss,
She'll take an Adderall.
They were also saying that that was like a pedophilic movie because I guess the princess is supposed to be 14 and the prince is older than that. Like, I just don't care, dude. Corey Anderson said, okay, he sent that super chat in like 3 different varieties before it was allowed to send. Sorry.
Yeah, and then Shane H. Wilder says, correction, Snow White.
The stories are too similar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Soren Mass.
I think you already read that one.
Okay, Matthew Williams said, Mary, why do you use ass for bad? Everyone likes butt. Maybe use something like it's B-sack, much less pleasant.
Fair enough.
I think it's Zoomer speak.
Okay.
Zoomers are like that was so ass. That song was ass. It was dog water. That's what they say. They always say it was dog water.
I haven't heard dog water in a while.
Yeah. Shane H. Wilder said, Brett needs to shoot his shot with Tiffany. Change my mind. Pull out that old boombox, man. We got your back. I'm waiting.
Go outside of the $2 million home.
Don't fumble this bag, Brett. I don't want to see you fumble this opportunity.
LOL.
And Corey Anderson said, Brett, you have to pick one, Tiffany or Lauren.
Oh, I can't. I can't choose today. Check back another day. That's
Lauren Boebert,
yes.
to be clear, guys.
Who am I redditing for harder here? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man.
Which one has longer eyelashes?
That's the real question. Who's got the better looking eyelashes?
Matthew
Lauren
Dixon
Boebert.
said Brett can be Tiffany's short king.
Yes, that is.
Do we know how tall Tiffany is? She looks petite.
It's, we'll have to. I have not looked that up yet. No.
Brett. Okay, Braymont said, only question, is Brett real enough for her?
Yeah.
Is that MF over there?
I'm real enough. I'm absolutely real enough.
Seth Essington said, the crazy plane lady has taken over my X feed. The whole thing is really funny. Happy birthday, Mary.
I think that's what I like about it. Is it's like it's other than the wet blanket who's telling her that her apology wasn't enough. It's very classic internet meme culture, right? Like something quirky happened, everyone's got a response to it, and that's fine. It's wholesome in a way. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, she was on a plane full of reptiles.
Mm-hmm. That part kind of put a damper on it. Grin said, day 11 of, the thing. I counted over the weekend while you guys were off work.
As in make bullying great again?
MABGA, yeah.
Is that what it is?
Disco Jensen said, either she's under CIA influence or trying to keep her job. Either way, her statement was a psyop.
She runs her firm.
Yeah,
though.
she is
She's
a self-made woman. She is a girl boss, and she does not... she does not work for any man.
Look,
she is self-sufficient.
If I got to be a house husband, so be it.
She is not under CIA influence, and she is a one-woman show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tacty Platty says Google says she's 5'5". Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Just right. Geeky James 62 said, happy birthday, Mary. What cake are you getting? I think chocolate, one that's shaped like a teddy bear.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's over 9,000 said, happy birthday, Mary. For a freshly turned 23-year-old, you still look like you would get handed a kid's menu at certain restaurants. Not true. Sometimes I get the coloring sheet if I'm bored.
Do they check your height on rides when you go to amusement parks?
I'm not nearly that short. Corey Anderson said, HCB is a sorority girl. I want to hear some of her sorority chants.
We'll have to ask her sometime.
I'm just now imagining her in the scary video where they're all chanting and they're all her. Someone make an edit of that, please. Jimmy Bags 86 said, get your fraternal bonding at church, not college. That's a good point. Like, there are other places to find friends. Doesn't matter if it's at a fraternity. It's probably a little bit more toxic. Bremont said, Mary, you're just saying frats aren't cringe if you don't count all the cringe stuff. I don't know. I don't think they're cringe. I think that they have some evil roots.
Well, here's the
I don't think that it's cringe. I think it's just a little bit suspicious.
Growing up, it's really funny because growing up skating, I always made because I quit team sports to skate, right? So I quit jock and went to skating, which at the time was a unique subculture. Obviously, these things are all kind of mainstream now. And there was I kind of laughed at the idea of ever joining a frat, and I never would. But I think now I'm like, life in this country has become so unrecognizable from what it used to be. I'm like, look at those fine, upstanding signs of Americana. So what if a few people died of alcohol poisoning?
I think
so what?
What's evil about them is yes, the degeneracy, but also that they ask for a religious level loyalty from the people who join that I think can overstep a boundary of a normal social club to the point where it's dangerous. Mikey said, I forgot to say happy birthday, Mary. Thank you. Shane H. Wilder said, I refuse to join any club that would accept me as one of its members. LOL.
Would they not accept you? Or would they accept you?
Tell us why.
Tell us why.
The Last of My Kind said, congratulations, Mary, on another lap around the sun.
What do you think you got in store for 24, Mary? Well, a year from now, what are you thinking?
For 2024 or for 24
No, for
years
when
old?
you turn 24, what are you thinking? Do you think life's going to be much different?
Oh, probably.
Life will be very different?
I think in a good way.
That's good. You got to keep the positivity.
I don't have a plan. I'm just chilling.
There you go. She's like, I'm going to wait for the next Oliver Anthony song to come out and make everyone mad again.
But I have high hopes for the future. I do, even if it seems like I'm black-pilled. Shane H. Wilder said right-wing flash mob would just be a bunch of people let in to wander aimlessly.
Or like I say, it's like a libertarian flash mob would be them coming up to you and trying to argue about copyright and intellectual property disputes. And it's like, no, no, anything but that. Anything but that. Or no, you know what it would be? It would be a bunch of people dressed up in like Ron Paul masks. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
And we got one more there.
Said, the reason that I send duplicate super chats is because YouTube says failed edit and resend, so I do. Okay, it's kind of weird that it sends it to us anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Okay, well, thanks anyway.
All right, guys. Before we go, there's one more there from Shane H. Wilder.
He said it was a Groucho Marx quote.
Okay, there you go.
Didn't know that.
Before we go, guys, would you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already? Thank you very much for that. Mary, birthday girl, let everyone know where they can find you.
You can send me validation on Instagram at Mary Archived, or you can send me hate on Twitter or X. That is also Mary Archived. Or you can send me some money for my birthday if you want. My Venmo is also Mary Archived. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Guys, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and X, at Brett Dastovic on both of those platforms. This show, Pop Culture Crisis, is here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is noon Pacific. If you would like to listen to the audio version of this podcast, we are on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, and Spotify. Mary, there's one more super chat that just came in.
The last of my kind said, Mary, if you're 23, then blast Blink-182. What's my age again?
What's my age again? Yep.
I will do that.
Yep. All right. And if you want to follow the show on social media, we are on Twitter/X at popculture_show, Facebook and TikTok at Pop Culture Crisis, and on Instagram at Pop Culture Crisis Pod. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow. We'll see you then, guys.
Bye.
Later. For today's post-credit scene, Doll Click says, "Happy birthday, Mary," followed by exclamation mark 7 to 8 9 10 10 times. And then Darth Doza says, "Happy birthday, Mary. I hope you have many more."
Thank you.
Wait till they find out Tiffany Gomez already told me about the reptiles.